right, we're back. Another Real Reviews. I'm Eddie Lingo, aka Legacy Lingo, here with Mayte. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
All right, well, good. I'm good. This I gotta say, this trailer, it did its job. This trailer made me very uncomfortable. This trailer made me decide that I am not watching this movie. Uh, this trailer, as soon as it was done, I was like, Mayte, I knew you were watching this. I knew I
Yes.
wasn't. So yeah. So if you guys haven't realized by now from the trailer, we are talking about Speak No Evil. Um, Gonna give you guys a quick synopsis. It says a family is invited to spend a whole weekend in a lonely home in the countryside, but as the weekend progresses, they realize that a dark side lies within the family who invited them. And I think that was pretty clear from the trailer. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
the trailer did exactly what it's supposed to do. I was super uncomfortable watching that, and even just cutting it up like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, tell me what was your initial impression when you first saw the trailer, or when you first found out about this movie?
When I first saw the trailer, I was very excited, me with horror. Um, and I really have grown to really love the main character, the main actor, James McAvoy. I don't know what
Yes,
I don't
James McAvoy.
he's he's really great. I feel like he has such a wide range right now
Mm,
as far as
absolutely.
like very, intense. So I was very excited and I really wanted to see where it was going to go. I think, you know, we'll get into it.
But you was looking forward to it. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And that for
Yes.
me, even though I didn't watch it, I will tell you, like I just mentioned, my initial impression was not gonna be me. My team. That was my initial impression. James
Yes.
McAvoy is actually very good at giving you creepy, unsettling. Yeah, like you said, he's got wide range. He can be very dramatic. He can be very comedic, but he
Mm-hmm.
can be very
Scary.
unsettling. Yeah, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So why don't you go ahead and tell me your highs and lows?
So let's start with my lows because I feel like it
Okay.
wasn't too many. So I feel like I can go build it up to the highs. But so with the lows, I want to say I feel like I wanted more. It was a lot of build up in the beginning. And I feel like maybe the buildup was more. I did want to see it again to kind of like try to analyze the beginning as far as like the pacing. Was it done in a certain way? Was there certain things I was supposed to catch? Um, like little details, just because I feel like when you first watch it, you're just watching what's there.
Hmm.
And then sometimes you catch little details as you go on. Um, so I feel like the pacing in the beginning could have been a little bit faster to kind of get
Hmm.
to where they were for most of the movie. Um, it's one of those movies that kind of like something happens, you're like, oh my, like you just kind of like even okay. I really like interactive audience experiences where the audience
Okay.
is like into the movie. So if there's a
Right.
comedic part, everybody laughs. If there's like a oh my gosh part, everybody's like, oh, everybody feels the same. This is one of those movies that people, the whole audience reacted the same way when it
Wow.
came to certain things. So I like that. And then just like for the experience, so that was a high. Um, Again, there were certain things I wasn't expecting any comedic aspect, and there was some comedic. I mean, I don't know if it was supposed to be comedic at certain parts, but the audience thought it was funny.
Right.
Um, but yeah, there were definitely moments where you just like kind of want to strangle certain characters. There's definitely one main character you really want to just toss out the movie.
Mm,
They could. It's like you could even at the end. It's like really, man, like you.
mm,
So it's like one of those characters that really wanted you really wanted to just like punch through the screen.
mm.
Um, but I it was definitely a good ride. Like it was like really
So the character that made you want to like choke them did was
good. Yeah.
was did it take you out of the, were you like so involved in the story, but then that character just kept like taking you out of it? Was it taking away
No.
from your experience, or was it just adding to the atmosphere of the story?
It added to the atmosphere of the story because of the background of the family.
Mm,
Um it just everything, even like there's little side things that go on besides the whole story. Like there's different families. One family has their own thing, and there was a twist that I wasn't really expecting, just coming from the movie. So I'm
Hmm.
not gonna spoil anything,
You're
but
better than I am.
I want to. No, but so I think I don't think most people expected that twist. I know I didn't, and I feel like I'm pretty good at catching some twists. Not all the time. Sometimes I'm like too, too invested to like try to think of a twist. I just let it be. But
Hmm.
this one, I was like, okay, I liked how it went. Besides that one character, but it didn't
Right.
take me out. It played into the movie. Could he have made a decision at the end that could have brought him back, like a good, like, what's that? What's it? It's at the tip of my tongue. Like,
Redemption.
yes, it would have been a good redemption moment, but
All right. So let me ask you now about the. Well, no, because then you might have to spoil. So
maybe
I gotta watch.
not.
I
Maybe
gotta
not.
watch. So
I'll let you know if I can't answer if I had to spoil.
okay. I'll rephrase the question. So do you think it has rewatch value because you think that there might be some things you missed that will lead to the twist you got? You think you can now sniff it out, or do you want to just watch it again for the thrill of it all itself?
I think it would be the first part, try to catch certain stuff. I feel like to rewatch it because of the thrill of it, I feel like there's other movies that I've watched recently I would do that for. So
Gotcha.
this would not be one of those for that reason, but definitely to rewatch to try to catch some stuff, yes.
Okay.
Only because, you know, I feel like it's one of those movies where, there's a definite, good and bad. So it's like obviously you always root for the good people. You don't want anything bad to happen to them. I feel like in typical horror movies, there's very few people that survive. It's
Very few
usually
good
like
people.
a good cast of a good number. Like it's like most horror movies are what like a group of teens. So it's like
Hmm.
maybe 6 people, 5 people, where you can kill off 3, 4 characters and be left with two, maybe one,
Hmm.
and it's still a good ending. I feel like in a family setting, it's really hard to kill off certain. It's hard. I feel like it's tugs at people's heartstrings a certain way. So I feel like you
You get
know,
invested. You get invested in a different way.
yeah, there's
They're
so
not as
much,
expendable because of the family element.
and it has to be a little realistic too, which it is in the sense of like, I mean, there's one part where it's like, you know, how they say like, I'm like, don't cancel me if I say this, but you know how like they say like in black people in like movies like black people they wouldn't be caught in that situation
Oh yeah,
because
they wouldn't be a
that's
movie.
only like
Because
only
as
thing
soon as
black
they
people
slip it out,
do.
they be like, "Nope."
So it's definitely one of those situations where it's like if I was in that position, I would even be here in the first
Right,
place,
right.
So it's like it's that aspect. So
I
it's
got
like,
you. Ain't
but
nothing wrong with
again,
that.
it's like there would be no movie with that. So I get
Right.
it. Um,
That is one of the key ingredients to thrillers and horrors.
yeah, that
You
is.
have to have dumb decisions, otherwise, you'll never get a movie. You never get a movie. Now let me ask you about gore,
Hmm.
because
It
that
was
was one
not
of my
gory.
fears. Not gory at all. Like, see, your definition of not
It's
gory though is
not
kind of scary to
gory.
me. Okay, all right.
I'm even trying to think what was gory about it, and it was more of a suspense than gory. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to horror movies, I know when you said, "Oh, I didn't want to watch this." I think you definitely could watch this without being like,
Okay.
there was no gore nor. I feel like with gore comes a little bit of torture in the sense of like to the human body. There
Right.
was not really much of that. I feel like it was just quick
Not
or
much.
like like very like quick things.
Right.
So it was
Okay.
not
Within
too much
reason.
action. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Within that's what I'm saying. It was more realistic. Like, okay, if you think of yourself in a situation where you went to go visit somebody and now you're trapped and you can't leave, they're not like think of household items. It's
Hmm.
not.
I'm thinking,
anything.
and I'm not liking what I'm thinking, but
No, no, no. Nothing bad. It's just more of like in a situation where there's a guy chasing me with a rifle and I have a hammer, I'm just gonna do one action. Or
right,
if I have the gun now and I have to save my family, but it wasn't even like too much. Again, I feel like it was when it comes to a scenario, I feel like it was more of a this kind of suspenseful because what if I was in the situation with my family?
right.
Especially you meet people. I mean, I just came from a trip like 2 months, not even a month ago or so. Um, and you meet people and sometimes you want to be like, okay, let's, be friends, let's hang out outside of this. And then it kind of just shows you like maybe you can't trust everybody.
Mm,
But again, within reason, you do your research
mm,
before you
mm.
go. If somebody sends you their address, I'm gonna Google what's in the area first. If it's rural, I will probably not be going. If it's in the city, different. You know what I'm
Your,
saying?
I mean, your
There's
research
signs,
you can still fall
common
short.
sense.
But
That's
I
true.
get you. I get what you're saying. You still want to be as careful as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for this realistic aspect of, you know, especially like they have kids in scenario, they were in a trip for like a week. You know, yeah, they did you know, a good thing and maintain, trying to be that friendship for them. So they're very smart.
Okay. All right. Well, that means we need to actually get your rating. So let me go ahead and pull up this wonderful thing that JS1 the Supplier provided for us. So because we don't have sound effects, and here we go.
And it's time for a real review from you and from us. Is this a classic, a good watch, a catch on streaming, not doing it for me, or is it a oh hell no? Or if you ever show me this ever again, I will. You. All right, if you're watching, drop your comments below. And if you're watching, enjoy the team's reviews. What do y'all feel like, guys?
Well, what's your
So
rating?
it's gonna be a good watch.
It's gonna be a good watch. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
wow. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. Even though you didn't, like you said, you didn't have too many lows. I still was expecting a
Really?
catch on streaming from you. I don't know why. I just felt like you enjoyed it, but it was like
I enjoyed
just not
it.
enough. I could tell. I could tell.
I mean, I don't have to always see blood and guts all the time to
That's yeah.
enjoy a movie,
I mean, that's pretty much what
but
I was thinking. I didn't want to say it out loud, but
yeah,
that's what I
it
was
was
thinking. It wasn't bloody enough for you.
no,
You were like, boo.
no. If it was supposed to be like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie and there was no blood, I'm like, what did I watch? But
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really expecting too much, even with his past movies, James McAvoy. It wasn't really any
Right.
blood guts. It's just more of like I'm gonna mess with your mind and
Right.
I'm gonna manipulate you. I'm gonna get what I want
Right.
or
Right.
try.
And he's definitely very good at that. Very good at that. All right. All
Hmm.
right. So if you guys again, like you saw, let us know in the comments what you thought about this review. If you saw the movie, let us know if you agree, disagree, what your rating is. Let us know if you think it's gory or not, so I can gauge everybody's opinion because this girl is super desensitized. Anyway,
Oh no.
yeah. No, I'm
But
just
you
I'm
sound
just
like a
joking.
psychopath.
I
Just kidding.
Corey was a psychopath though, in the aliens review, yeah, because he was
At
not
least it
bothered
wasn't
at
me.
all. Yeah. All right. So if you got nothing else, I'm Eddie. This is Mayte. Real reviews. We're looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one.